Good afternoon.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You?
Awesome, thanks. Just trying to get
Man,
set up here.
sorry.
What's that?
I looked into to the message you sent me yesterday.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Uh,
We can talk
yeah,
about that later. It's no big deal.
yeah,
I just want to make sure because I don't see anything. So since July, so something's going on.
yeah. Okay. Talk about it.
Let's talk about it in a few minutes back. Let me just get a couple things ready for the stream, okay?
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I'll send you a message. It's no big deal. I just want to get it straightened out. No worries. How was last couple days? Haven't been busy with work?
Yeah, man. Some evening shit, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah?
trade.
Do you like get to bid on what you want to do, or you just get told what to do?
No, I have like how do you say it? Schedule. But
Schedule?
sometimes it can vary.
Yeah. So do you? I mean, like like airline pilots, they can kind of bid. Yeah, I want to fly nights. I want to fly weekends. I want to fly early morning. I want to fly late morning. Do you get to have any say in that?
No, I can say from I want maybe like one day morning or 2 day mornings, but no, man, it's not. I cannot change the schedule.
Oh, okay,
Not
gotcha.
possible.
Yeah.
But to be honest, my trading is doing good, and I'm really thinking about quitting at the end of the year.
Oh, really? You're trading that good?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you, dude. All right,
So
we need to talk more about that then.
yeah.
Before you quit, let's just talk about it just out loud.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
I wanna make sure that you make the right decisions before you do something.
Yes, but it is still the end of the year, so it's only a couple of months to go. So. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
It'll be just a minute, guys. Here, getting everything set up.
Power in my office is still out.
Oh wow, bro, what's up with that?
I don't know, man. It's so annoying.
That's frustrating, huh?
Yeah. Got an electrician coming in an hour, so hopefully it's nothing too major.
That's really weird, huh?
Yeah.
It sounds like maybe some wires or something.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the outlets or circuit is messed up and it's tripping the whole room.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, I hope they get it fixed soon, because I'd be kind of frustrated by that myself. It's putting a cramp in your trading style.
Yeah. Couldn't work either.
Oh.
1 minute ago to give the market data.
Yeah. That stinks, bro. Well, I guess we'll have to make some money for you today, bro.
Still had a decent 2 days. Well, 1.5 days. Monday and then like the morning till like 10:30.
Yeah.
yesterday, so not terrible.
Good.
Did you get a chance to look at that email, Kelly?
I haven't yet, bro.
Okay, no
I haven't.
worries. It's pretty good stuff, man. I think you'll. It's very detailed.
Nice. Can you guys see my YouTube? Please say something on YouTube.
Let's take a look at the market on open then. S&P 500 buy side 139 million. Nasdaq 100 buy side 29 million. Dow 30 sell side 5 million, and Mag 7 buy side 43 million. Mexico's Sheinbaum says that I'll speak with Trump if needed. Protect your trade from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service. S&P 500 opens up 0.3% higher, Nasdaq 100 up 0.3%. NVIDIA shares up 2.5% following 3 consecutive days of declines. EU's Calais says I will not meet US Secretary of State Marco Rubio on February 26-27 trip to Washington, D.C., as according to EU spokesperson.
Anyone on the ES 5993, 599?
Sheinbaum saying that Mexico's finance
Is
minister
diffused
is discussions
from,
with US Treasury Secretary.
President the Raptor that came in at 8:20 Central.
Raptor. What was that Raptor there, mister?
5993.
Thank you.
You guys see the stream? Everybody good? Everybody, if you're in here, please say hi in the stream. Do me a solid. Help me out. It's one thing I ask. Alright, we're cruising 24 points a minute.
Team Broadcom shares rising 2.2%. So shares of miners rising on Trump tariff threats. So Southern Copper up 1.6%, Freeport Moran up 4.8%. That's Freeport Moran up 4.8%.
Okay, here's our initial move down, like we said, for the game plan. Okay, initial move down, then hopefully an AM high, and what we probably would suspect is going to be a buy the dip day after having so much sell-off the last few days. Now, if we break more structure, there is a chance that the AM high could be the high of the day. We will take a look at this. All right, currently down not much from yesterday. Pretty flat compared to yesterday's close. All right, looking at what some of our price targets are for the ES. All right, here's the price target chart. Pro target 1 down here at 59.62. All right, our low from yesterday was 59.24. We want to stay above that. We want to have some kind of retest. And then find a place to bounce. Okay, here it is for the NQ. Alright, I'm going to draw a little fibbo here just so we can have that. The low from yesterday down here at 937. 50% retracement would take us down to 162. Okay, 65% retracement would be down around the 111, 122 range for the lower Fibonacci's. Pro target 1 is 123. We're already above our average 3-day rally, okay, from the climb from yesterday's low. We have highs that were hit overnight here. Our possible high at 21,318. Okay, so these were hit overnight. We have higher targets up here at 385 and 414. And then if we get there, we got a few more above us up here at 602 for a possible high MA, which has to do with the last 20 sessions.
US listed shares of Alibaba up 4% as Bernstein upgrades to outperform for market perform.
Okay, we're at the gap fill already down here. Already hit it and we're bouncing away from it. This market better pray we don't have this be the high of the day for the first low.
Major recent spike on that recent bid ask. Jeez.
Okay, we started off in high ticks down to low ticks. We just made a low tick.
General Motors shares jumping 6.1% after company announces $6 billion share buyback and dividend hike. Mexico's President Sheinbaum says revision of USMCA trade deal will probably come before planned timeline in 2026.
So far, everything kind of is planned. An initial move down. Now, this is where we're going to look, where our price is already below this base cloud. So what we have to be careful now is a retest, okay? A retest of the low, somewhere between here and Mustang. We probably get a little bit of a, which is the blue, or sorry, the white line. May get a little retrace back down to test it. We'll have to see how strong it is today. If it's super strong, there will not be a retest, and we'll just keep scooting on up.
Apple shares dropped about 2%.
First touch of Fox 2 right there.
Yep.
Shane Baum says very probable USMCA 2016 revision is moved up.
Okay, stick with the color bar changes for now. Let's watch what happens here. This next retest of the low is going to be
JP
important.
Morgan still expects Fed's quantitative tightening to end in the third quarter after Logan remarks. The strategists continue to forecast that the Fed quantitative tightening will conclude in the third quarter of 2025 after Fed's Logan remarks on Tuesday, that the risk could be earlier for a larger portion of committee suggests acting as a result of the debt ceiling. They said that given that Logan was the SOMA manager prior to her tenure as Dallas Fed, her comments carry extra weight when it comes to balance sheet and liquidity. Given this backdrop, and that Chair Powell did not touch on this in his Q&A, we continue to forecast quantitative tightening will end in the third quarter of 2025.
Now, you need to pay really close attention to what's going on with the VIX today. Right now, it's still above 18, but we have advancers and decliners already made a low and are starting to climb. Other market internals are definitely starting to climb. So it looks to me like we're going to have some kind of retest down here and then probably get another bounce. That was a high tick up there at Eagle. Okay. This fractal right there, that was a high tick over the morning. Let's see what happens with this retest.
Yeah, that was a fantastic short.
You took that Fox 2, Matt?
I did. Yep. I actually I was willing to DCA up to Mustang. That was also 618 retracement.
That means you were willing to win.
Yeah, I should have held it a little bit longer, but I didn't like that jostling it did right at Mustang or 15. I didn't like that jostle there.
Yeah.
That was a 618 retest though. Gotta take it.
Nice. I should have drawn that up. Good job on that, Matt.
Yeah, I just looked at it after the fact. I wasn't thinking about it in the moment, but then I look back and it's, yeah. So.
Yeah, look at that. Right at the 61.8 line. You're sure right. Good job. All right, this low is going to be really important, guys, especially since market internals are still climbing. Advancers and decliners are at the highs of the day so far. Well, actually, that's not true. They opened a little bit higher. We'll see what happens down here. All right. If we break this low, then we can come down here and hit this 158 Fibonacci level. All right. Okay, there's our first 15 minutes of the market. We're outside the no trade zone, obviously, for the first 8 minutes for beginners. Those who are potentially watching, do not trade unless you have your own system and until you learn ours a little bit more. I don't want you coming in here and losing money because you're not sure what our symbology or our price structure looks like that we use for trading. Okay, these lines are not active. I'm not using these multi-time factor bull or bear until after 7 o'clock. Okay, the first touch of the 20 right there. What we need to see is if we come back down to the 10, or if we go do a 20 power stack up. I suspect we're going to eventually come up here and do a 20 bull power stack up. We're not that far from the point of control, okay, here at 220 area. So don't get carried away with choppiness right now. Don't overtrade. Looking at liquidity zones. On the NQ, we have liquidity at 200 and 150 initially. Liquidity up at around the 275, 280 range. The ES has a really solid line of liquidity up at 59.95 that we're going to have to break above in order to go any higher. All right, let's put some other lines on here while we have a free second. For the NQ, the lower T map is at 153. Copy and move, and put it down here. Change this date, modify. 26.
Great trade.
Okay, if we make one more high, that'll be a power bull power stack. Down here is the T-map. T-map is a bullish above, bearish below line. Usually get a reaction there.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. Those power stacks are amazing when they really fire off like that. Plus you had the retest of 20, breaks it, retest it, boom. Everyone's there.
Agricultural sector is saying the US is looking to import
Power stack was
70
above
million
this
to 100
22nd
million
time.
eggs to address shortage.
Goes up to the 35, so the target's been hit. Power stack is when we break the 20 with the second fractal, and then we have a target of at least the 35.
Remind me later today, I want to show you something that calms down a bit.
Okay.
Man, great trading this morning. Great trading this morning.
Secretary Rollins saying the US is in discussions with 3 to 4 nations on egg imports.
I'm going to keep going up. I'll be a buy the dip day. Let's go. Yes, let's go.
10 minutes away from the top of the hour, we get US new home sales units. Forecast 0.68 million, prior 0.698 million, with a range of 0.705 million to 0.630 million. US new home sales change forecast minus 2.6%, prior 3.6% for the month from month.
I'll keep you guys updated today. I yesterday when we were making those lows at the end of the day, I threw on some call options. So far up 600 on the day,
Nice.
and if it's a true buy the dip day, I'll see how long I hold it.
Yeah.
But it just was a good spot to buy and test it again. We're out of the money.
Do you want to stay up
calls.
to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial News Pro.
Let's go.
A year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month.
We need to keep going.
2%.
Come on by the dip. Let's get into that power move. There you go. Yes. Let's go.
I'll bring it up.
Yes. Come on. Come on, let's go. Alright, so far, game plan is working, traders. Nice.
Going for 5.
Alright, just taking a look at the, came down here, we gap filled and we bounced up on the NQ. ES did not, yeah, we did come down there, didn't we?
Yeah, we tapped the gap on the ES
Alright, so we gap filled on both.
and bounced.
Nothing better than that. And if fair value gap up in this area, may get a little, double test, kind of one more pullback. Let's see. I'm going to erase this Fibonacci here, since we've already exceeded that. So now we've broken up above the 65%. That's bullish for the market. Let it pull back here. Now remember, we got to be very cautious on these days. These days can be like multiple buying off of the 6 and 10s, right? The 6 and 10 ATR lines here. So do not get lulled into doing too much shorting right now. You may have one more little retest here and then go up again, but I want like very minimal shorting until proven otherwise. If it's a true buy the dip day, you just don't want to short much. Okay, here we are around the point of control though, so we got to be a little cautious. No getting chopped up. Don't give away early profits. Just like that. Just keeps going.
Love these days.
Yeah, there's our first 25
Times
minutes.
away from the top of the hour, we get the US new home sales units. Forecast 0.68 million, prior 0.698 million. US new home sales change month to month, forecast minus 2.6%, prior 3.6%.
Where's my mouse? Come on. Alright, good trading, good trading. Now, recognize that we've hit the possible high here. This is the T-map from yesterday and a fair value gap, so it's just a little resistance, nothing to freak out about. Play the color bar changes. If it goes against you, you get out of the trade. If you're buying and it goes yellow or red, you got to get out. If you're selling and it goes blue or green, you got to get out. Blue is bear stacker mode, means strong. The green candles, just normal bullish mode. Okay, we're back at the point of control, so I expect, again, a little more chop. Maybe wait a second and see what's going to happen here. Okay, price took our gap fill below the base cloud, this initial red zone. We went from a fuchsia pink to a lime green guns cloud. Price has come back above. So now we're looking to find a place to buy a pullback for a continuation of the move. Now, it's only 6:57, the first 30 minutes. So we could just get a little more back and forth until we make the next move up for the AM high. All right. We still have like 30, 40 minutes where we could keep going up in general. So a little bit of time maybe for some back and forth here around the point of control. I'm going to draw a little Fibonacci just to be able to test where we're at structurally there, or some of the algorithms might be trying to touch. All right, here's VWAP, Tiger Shark, Fox 3.
Tesla shares up about 1.5% after more than 80% decline in the previous session. 1 minute to go now. Be leading with the US new home sales units.
All right, that's a beautiful Fox 3, Fox 2, Tiger Shark, and Fox 2 long. Okay, looking to buy the dip again on a pullback here. Candles are blue. We've got a new 4, 6, and 10 developing below us. Oh, and I didn't call this because I was looking at a different chart. Guess what we
According
had
to
here?
MENA, Egypt rejects proposal to administer Gaza Strip.
Bounce right off the 20. Okay. Should be nothing but bullishness here.
10 seconds.
top of the hour.
0.657 million, 0.657 million lower than the forecast of 0.68 million. Home sales changed minus 10.5%, minus 10.5% lower than the forecast of minus 2.6%.
Okay, this is news.
US January median sale price of $446,300, or plus 3.7% from January 2024, which was $430,400. Also, the prior revised for the US new home sales units of 0.734 million compared to the original prior of 0.698 million, and new home sales change prior revised to 8.1% from the original prior of 3.6%. Also, Hamas saying it will release bodies of 4 Israeli hostages tonight.
Okay, still in a buy the dip mode here, guys. Still on a buy the dip.
Dollar yen rising 0.5% to 149.78.
Okay, first touch of
According to Wall Street Journal, BNY, America's oldest bank, signs multi-year deal with OpenAI.
Okay, red candles. See if we get a pullback here to the 15, 20, bounce up again. Buy the dip. I just keep buying the dips. Two-way trade now. We're not that far from the point of control. Let's keep climbing.
So the Wall Street Journal just reiterating what I protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial News Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
Let's go. Let's get a full breakout here. Gonna come up here and hit this 343 Fibonacci level. Keep buying the dip.
US stocks extend gains, Nasdaq up 1%. Jesse says that Amazon is investing more in AI than any other company.
Hold those runners if you can. We're at this breakout target level here. We should come up to 343 easy. Okay, turning yellow here. Be cautious. Leg out a little bit, just in case it wants to do one more little pullback. Come on, let's go get that Fibonacci target up there.
US 10-year Treasury yield steady after new home sales data last at 4.303%. UK Investment Minister Poppy Gustafsson says UK is in open dialogue with Indian investors on tax.
All right, struggling a little bit to get above this possible high target. I still think it's by the dip, but let's just watch this here. We're around the point of control, so it's a little choppy.
US adds some China-based companies to OFAC SDN list. Russell 2000 index up 1.2%.
Okay, I'm going to extend this
Yeah, that's
Fibonacci.
US adding some Chinese-based companies to Office of Foreign Asset Control and specially designated nationals list.
Let's give it room to do a little pullback. See what happens. It's only 7:07. We got plenty of time to have a little pullback and
Jesse, CEO
make
of
highs.
Amazon, says that they have built or are building over 100 Gen AI features.
Telling you, we're going to go up there to that 350 area. Okay, we are going to go up there. To buy the dip day.
It's got to do its thing to accumulate those orders
Yep.
to get momentum. You think it's possible to hit that Eagle MA up there, that T map 370?
Oh yeah. Totally. Totally. I would not be doing anything but buying the dip today. At least for right now. Okay, we're around the point of control. It's going to be a little more choppy with a favor bias to the upside.
ECB poised to approve Unicredit's investment in Commerzbank as soon as next month, according to sources. The ECB spokesperson declined to comment.
Okay, we're at the point of control. Realize maybe just again, still a little choppy here. We must break this most recent high to keep going. With this type of day, I don't see any reason why we do not get up there to that 350 price level initially. So just be disciplined on following the blue and green color bar changes to the upside. Just buy the dips for right now. Questions?
Just following the plan, no questions.
Nope, the same thing, man. Just following the plan. Just takes time to get through that accumulation phase
Yep.
Yeah.
before we get to that distribution. ABC pattern put us at 394 currently off of that low. It's kind of a little bit of a not a perfect ABC, but with the accumulation distribution phase, it makes sense that 394 would be a target potentially up there. Since 400 is such a psych level, I can see them going up there. That also matches with their January 8 T-map as well.
Now, ES traders, watch that 60-14 area. That's the lower pivot from what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, where we did the failed ABC up.
Thank you.
You know the old what was once support, now resistance concept?
US Senate Majority Leader Thune, House Speaker Johnson will meet with Treasury Secretary Bassett and NEC Director Hassett at the White House on Wednesday, according to source familiar.
Still no shorts until we get up there to that ACE F20 line and the Fibonacci price target 350. Okay. We will go up there.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial News Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
Okay, there's your new 4 and your new 6 and 10 combination right there. advancers, decliners at highs. That pullback actually right there was the low tick of the day so far. Can you believe that? That pullback right there. Do not be lulled into shorting yet. You're making money. Give some emojis in there. Let's go. In the chat, show the people you're making money. Let's show the world what our system does, bros. Come on. Come on, this is the initial target area right here. Okay, let's go.
And it's so funny how stubborn it can be sometimes just with like its accumulation.
Yep.
Nice trading.
It's so funny how we can be so good at what we're doing. Where's Waldo? That's what I want to know. Where's Waldo? Yeah, Doggins. Okay, I'm taking off one here. I got a runner. Can always rebuy. Make sure you're taking some profits. Okay. 60-10 was the T-map here on the ES. Just so you have it. I know where it's at. We're already above it, but I gotta put it on there.
Got my screens back, guys.
Oh, you do? Nice, dog.
Yeah, so I had this long extension
Nasdaq
cord.
rising 1% to a session high. S&P 500 gained 0.9%.
Yeah, and you just took it to the other room?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like, well, you know, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, good job. What about internet?
10 minutes away until we get the crude oil inventories data with the forecast of 2.40 million.
I got a bunch of cords everywhere in my office.
Survey for a build of 2.40 million compared to the prior build of 4.633 million, with a range of a build of 4.271 million to a build of 1.10 million. Gasoline inventories forecasted for a draw of minus 1.4 million, and the prior was a draw of 0.151 million. Distillate inventories forecasted for a draw of 2.762 million, and the prior was a draw of 2.051 million. And EI crude Cushing inventories prior was a build of 1.472 million. Let's take a look at the API data that we had coming out last night. So crude oil stock change came in at a build of 3.339 million. Excuse me, so crude oil inventories coming in did come in at a it did come in at a draw of 0.64 million compared to the forecast for a build of 2.3 million.
The options play is currently up at about 1,100.
Yeah, baby.
Just throwing that out there.
Now I'm just gonna. You don't have to say it. Well, I'll ask you to. Never mind. Good job.
Yeah. Total cost in 29.58 was the total buy-in cost. 596 calls, six of them. Average entry price $4.93.
Nice, dog.
Well, it's about a 22% gain.
Nice. And what time did you buy them?
Yesterday, I really should have probably. I did this the last time. I bought them just a little early, like towards the end of the day, and then it made that dip down. So I was kind of negative, like 400 by the time market closed yesterday. But you know, it was a long play, so it didn't really bother me. But entry could have been slightly better, and they were out of the money calls. So they were like, I think 37 deltas. So the ones that were in the 70 delta, which is what I usually like to get, were like up around like 7.60,
Yeah.
$7.60. So I was like, I know I'm going to be holding this, especially with it being a BTFD day today. I was like, I'll take that risk, you know, being out of the money.
Yep. Okay, real quick, let's talk about it again, Matt. We got a yellow arrow, which means what? Means now that the base cloud is what, Matt?
Green.
Yep.
It's rolling over.
So now we have a triple threat green here at highs. We have a green base cloud. We have the base cloud about to turn green, or is turning green, and we have blue candles. So we are now in a triple threat bullish mode. Okay, bullish triple threat means no shorting. Now, because it happened at the highs, I wouldn't be buying necessarily anymore with the Eagle MA here. We might get just a little quick, pullback. Eagle MA usually gives us a little bit of a reaction, which you can see is right now.
Amazon announces rebuilt Alexa assistant with generative AI.
But you still want to be very cautious with any shorts today. Gosh, you gotta love our lines, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Eagle MA right there, dog. Fox, Ace Fox 20. Let's go. Still liquidity zones up on the ES around that 630 area, so I don't think we're done. 625, 630. We're just having a little pullback here. After crossing the above the base cloud, we're getting our first pullback to the Fox 3 in the breakout level. All right. So I suspect that we might get one more bounce up here to retest the highs. So let this little move
5 minutes
down.
ago to get the EI crude oil inventories data forecast of a build of 2.40 million or a prior build of 4.633 million. Gasoline inventories looking for a draw of 1.4 million compared to the prior draw of 0.151 million. I'd think here's ready official confirms bodies of 4C sausages will be handed over by Hamas around 11 p.m. local time. Distillate inventories forecast for a draw of 2.762 million compared to the prior draw of 2.051 million, and crude cushion inventories prior was a build of 1.472 million.
You got a little fair value gap down there about 312. Let this thing do its little bottoming out process. We'll go buy it again. So, okay, the high may be in for right now. We may chop around. You know, I think we get a retest of the AM high. And then we'll kind of just see where it goes from there. We're not supposed to really get a minor low until around 8:15-ish. Okay, so let's see what kind of... still a buy the dip situation for now as far as I'm concerned.
Trump hopes House and Senate are able to agree on tax cuts. So just saying that in his Truth Social post, saying, I hope the House and Senate are able to agree on making the tax cuts permanent.
Let's go retest the highs and see what we can get out of it.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
Alright, so wants a little bit bigger pullback. Back to the point of control. Okay, now I'm going to do another updated Fibonacci.
So just seeing a decline from the Dixie overall, no news to back up the movement, as at the same time as seeing the S&P 500 seeing a little bit of a downside movement again. Well, let's see if we can find any sort of news related to the move and relay that to you as soon as we can. So far, nothing.
Okay, two-way trading here. At the point of control, let's see what happens. It's got red color bars, so don't be long right now. Let's wait for this pullback. In hindsight, that was a good short. I was just a little bit
I'll lead with the
taking
crude oil
it.
inventories.
Got a lot of confluence here in this area where this base cloud is, and you got VWAP right below it. Let's just watch what happens. If you did go short, make sure you're legging out.
Ten seconds. Draw of 2.332 million, draw of 2.332 million compared to the expected build of 2.4 million. Gasoline inventories, a build of 0.369 million compared to the expected draw of 1.4 million. Distillate inventories, a build of 3.908 million, a build of 3.908 million compared to the expected draw of 2.762 million. Crude Cushing inventories, build 1.282 million, build 1.282 million. Did see very small movement to the downside on WTI, really seeing a huge amount of movement there. We've also posted out the report for the EIA weekly petroleum status on the financials newsfeed for you to read through.
Okay, that was a nice 50% VWAP retracement
Yep, good balance.
by that color bar change. Alright, we're around the point of control. You're going to, again, have more up and down. Two-way trading. There's a beautiful trade off of that. 35 down there.
Just a reminder, at the top of the hour, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Trump and Musk attend cabinet meeting. So it does say on the schedule that it will be a White House press poll, but we'll see if we can try and find a video of that and relay that to you as soon as we can.
Interesting to see if we get a 20 power stack again, if we can break
So
this
seeing
20.
shares of NRG Energy still in gains, last up 11%.
Let's see if it wants to pull back. Watch this here. See if it pulls back to the 10. The rules are that if we hit the 20, generally we come down to at least the 10. Since we're around the point of control, I would suspect we come back here, test this one more time, and then maybe go up for another leg higher. Still pretty strong.
This was PM Netanyahu, just reiterating what's already been said, but saying Hamas to hand over 4 hostage bodies tonight. Economy Minister says Italy calls for EU joint debt issuance to boost defense spending.
Nice. Come on down. Okay, 7:35. We need to just kind of be a little bit cautious here on whether the AM high has been put in. Or if we go retest one more time up. Did you get some of that ace line there, Mr. Ty? That ace line.
I sure did. I came in hot.
Regards to Trump's cabinet meeting, including Musk, that meeting too.
Nice
According
90-point
to
move off of
Fox News and some of the other wires, there will be a tape playback. So we'll get the headlines coming through to us anyway, but there will be a tape playback after the comments are done.
Okay, going into a little Wyckoff consolidation, trying to see where we're going to be at finishing this AM high. At this point, I want to let it play out a little bit and see whether we're going to go make to new highs and make it a true buy the dip day. Still leaning that way until proven otherwise. But I expect at this time frame a little chop while it consolidates for the next move. Okay. So we make another high at fractal and then another high above that. We are definitely doing another power stack. Okay. I'm a little more
Kelly
cautious.
on the NQ.
What's that?
I've got 359 on the NQ as a measured target, measured move. As long as we think we're going up.
Yeah, off this ABC off the bottom here.
Yes, sir. That'd be it.
Yep.
That's that would be 100% minimum. That we know the NQ likes to do the 161.8. That gets you up to 394. If it does that.
Yep, there's your stuff right there.
Yeah, if you're looking on the ES, then you're looking at 1975 for ABCD measured.
Okay, we got this fair value gap. The only thing we need to make sure is that we don't do a lower high. Be a little bit cautious up here in this fair value gap coming into this 100%. Let's go get it though. Let's go be a true buy the dip day. He's going to give us two-way trading today.
Yeah, I couldn't even get there.
Yep. It could be that this just turns into a normal day instead of a pure buy the dip day. I still think we're going to lean towards buy the dip, so so far it is buy the dip, but a true buy the dip S3 day, which is what we have today, is like it just keeps going and going and going and going, and it may still get there. Let's see.
Did the last buy the dip day kind of, wasn't it like this too? Where it wasn't like a traditional just rocket ship up, but it kind of did this like...
Yeah. Yep.
Which makes sense if we're kind of moving into bearish territory.
Yeah, we've had a week.
So,
Couple cycles, yeah, exactly.
yep.
I think also the case, NVIDIA later on today has something to do with it.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
True.
Great point.
Yep.
But do you think that would push the market up or down, or just,
I'll make it a little more two-way trade and waiting for the news.
okay, just subdue it is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I would think so.
I still personally think
If you had
it's
it in a
more.
rocket ship, I think it would kind of have it to be a normal day.
Yeah. I still think it's a little more trending towards the buy the dip day, obviously. I don't think it's proven to us anything otherwise yet, so I think it's fair to assume it's just a more conservative buy the dip day instead of a rocket ship.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, we're above the base cloud. Okay, we're blue candles. It has been buying the dip. All we're doing is double topping here, right? At the highs. That doesn't mean it's a weekday or anything. It's a little just topping. We had to aim high. It did exactly what we thought. And we'll probably come up here and hit this 161.8 line up here. In all reality. Let's see what happens here. Right
US exports of total petroleum products fell in the latest week to the lowest since October 2023, according to EIA.
If we break
But
above,
Barkin says government job cuts won't cause volatility in GDP.
if we can break above this 360, then we'll get back up there to that 161.8 line. Again, just buy the dip for now, until proven otherwise.
So Barkin speaking during the Q&A in Virginia. No video.
The color
Do
bars
you
go
want to
against
stay
you.
up
You
to
gotta
date
get
with the
out.
latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial News Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
Consolidating here right on
So
top
yeah,
of
no
this
video
breakout.
of Barkin.
Consolidating right here on top of this breakout area. Okay. Little Wyckoff consolidation. I'm buying the dip still. Still have that ABC hopefully pattern to take us up a little bit higher.
US gasoline futures extend declines after EIA data shows surprise build.
There you go. Let's go. Come on. Yes, let's go. Just like we talked about. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. At minimum, let's go touch that 15 line 360, and then we'll see whether we can go above it.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that 360 level might hold. It's about choppy. And plus, we've got the guns cloud that's still red. I hope it breaks through. Love to get up to that January 18 map. That would be perfect. The other thing too is that volume profile is really balanced. So if that's any indication of sentiment, you know.
Hey Kelly, I don't know if you have your ticks on. I don't hear 'em.
I think I do, but let me just double check it didn't turn off. I just don't think that there's enough momentum right at this particular second. But let's see. Yeah, they're on.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's go. Let's get up there. Come on, come break above this. Let's go get above 360. Still buying dips. Leg in, leg out. Leg in, leg out. So here's ticks coming in. Let's go. We still got liquidity above us. It's just more consolidation right now. Come on, let's go. Getting a little choppy here. Yeah, I'm flat. Just can't quite get above it yet.
10 minutes away to we're expected to, well, the meeting of Trump and Musk attending cabinet is due to start. Remember, this is closed, well, this is a White House press ball, so we probably won't get a video for it, but there might be a video after the event happens.
Don't get carried away with shorts here. Never get carried away with shorts on this kind of day. You can do a little bit, but you can expect it. That has the chance to bounce immediately on certain spots. And there's our bounce off the 20. this consolidation range right here. Hasn't done any real damage. Come on, let's go finish that move. Alright, that might be it for now. Pretty doggone close to 100%. Back to just pure two-way trade. I'm not necessarily just buying the dip anymore.
It's like 5 attempts.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it's probably going to break out. Because it's not pulling back much. We're still in this consolidated range, but I'm gonna be a little more cautious on buy the dips now.
When are we thinking we should be making a low?
About 8:15.
Okay, thanks.
NQATR air shift. NQ extreme. NQ extreme. NQ8 bull stacker. NQ bull stacker.
I feel like this Wyckoff, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be going.
Yeah. We could spring out of this. I mean, listen, it's still a buy the dip until proven otherwise. We're just a little more cautious now because we've had so many attempts. But on one of them, they just might decide to rock it up, right? Stick with the color bar changes, buy them. If you get a fractal pullback on the blue, you know.
Yeah.
One of these is probably going to just explode. So, just again, all shorts are smaller lot sizes.
So less than 3 minutes to go until we're expected to get the meeting with Trump. Musk attending the cabinet meeting. Again, no live video for this. It's White House call, so it's probably going to be a video after the event happens.
I mean, this is acting like a spring, kind of. Rather break out, go up there and get it, and then have one more, and then have it pull back. Come on, break out.
UK's reads on decisions on tax. The decision on tax are for UK government to make. On March 26th budget update says we acted in October to secure public finances and public services now need to live within means. Reeves says confident trade and investment flows between the UK and the US can increase. Reeves says that Labour will go faster in reforming public services.
Come on, a little bit more.
Also saying that Britain can increase trade with the US under Trump. Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
Come on, go get that 161.8. Let's go. Got to be careful that it stops short here at Pro Target 2, 385, okay? This is a big number for us. I'm flat.
ES Bear Stacker. NQ Extreme. NQ Extreme. NQ Extreme. ES Bear Stacker.
All right, coming into that time frame where we might start looking for the next little minor low. So I'm kind of done buying the dips purely. I'm now going just off a color bar change. We can still do it if it wants to just keep buying, but I'm only buying when it's blue and I'm only selling when it's red. We had that exhaustion star up there right at that pro target too. We keep buying all these pullbacks. And they do keep buying them. Man, can't fight it. Can't fight it.
Cable rises 0.3%, the highest since December 18th.
Sometimes we talk ourselves out of our own game plan. By the dip. Jeez. Oh my word.
That was a coin flip, though. I mean,
Yeah, no, you're right.
It could have. It
Yep.
could have. I mean, even the breakout wasn't that intense,
No,
you know?
no,
It's
more
kind of,
just slow and steady, just grinding up.
yep. The thing is, any moment I feel like they could just be like,
Yep.
get the euphoric and then just dump it.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
know
back
we're
in,
getting to that.
people.
We're getting pretty close to that.
Yeah. Because we only got, what, 15 more minutes left? Approximately 10, 15.
Yep.
European bank stocks up 2.4% to fresh high, fresh over 16-year high.
this is what we talked about in the morning, right? They keep buying the 6s and the 10s, the 6s and the 10s, 6s and the 10s, and that's what they've been doing. Even through all of this.
Yep.
Now we're in that just pure thin to win up to the target. Okay. We'll watch what happens here at this 161.8 and this breakout level up here with this Fibonacci. And then obviously we have R1 right up there. So, I mean, we know it loves to get to R1 on these days. Kind of felt like maybe we'd have a little pullback and then come up and get it. And maybe we still will. So just be cautious here around this 161.8 target zone. I'm going to take off this just because we know where it's at. It's just below this other T-map. Get rid of some lines here. Now that we're getting in this time frame, getting a little gun shy of buying any more pullbacks. I'm flat right now. I'm just going to kind of wait and see what happens. I don't want a spike to go up or against me. Once we get to where the candles, see how the candles keep coming down between the Fox 3, Tiger Shark, occasionally the Fox 2 line, but then as it gets smaller, 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 it starts curving above this white moving average, right? Then he just bounces, 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 bounces until we just thinly get to where its final target is. Anywhere up here to the ace line, okay? It could happen, so. Can't short until you see a bearish structure above us, you know, like a 4 and 6 ITS line. Right now it's just thin to win until we get up there and we get some kind of confirmation of a change. Hands are tied to be safe. Meaning don't try to short until you see a color bar change. Pull back to the 4 and 6. So otherwise you just might get chopped up. Remember when we have those days and you're like, it just keeps pulling back 4, 6, 10, 4, 6, 10. You're just like, I wish I just kept buying the dip. I wish I could have just buying the dip. It's just not as aggressive of a day, but that's still what it is. At this point, probably just going up to R1. Alright, let's see which one of these it hits. I'm just doing like 1 or 2 micros every pullback to like the 4 or 6. Now just leg out just a little bit.
Bull stacker. ES bull stacker. ES bull stacker.
Six ATR. 6
ES bear stacker. ES bear stacker. NQ bull stacker. NQ bull stacker. NQ bull stacker. NQ bull stacker. ES bear stacker. ES bull stacker. ES bull stacker.
6 ATR. 6 ATR.
NQ ATR. NQ bear stacker. NQ extreme. NQ extreme. ES bear stacker. ES bear stacker. ES bear stacker.
Okay, it's 8:15.
Soon too.
Could be very shallow pullback, so don't get carried away on shorts.
Bank of England's Dingra, due at the bottom of the hour, delivering the Dow lecture at the National Institute of Economic and Social Research. Speeches on trade, fragmentation, and monetary policy.
NQ Extreme.
US federal agencies directed to prepare for large-scale layoffs in OMB OPM memo, according to Fox News.
NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Bear Stacker.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial Juice Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%. Reorganization plans by March 13th. So for Dingra, text is to be released and it's open to media with Q&A on record.
NQ ES Bull Stacker. NQ 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 Bull Stacker. ES
Now it's getting so slow, it's kind of really hard to do anything.
ES Bull Stacker. ES Bull Stacker. NQ Extreme. NQ Extreme.
Okay. That may be the pullback that you get. Okay, that might be it. Ace F20, and that T-map line might become support along with that 20 bull. We're lucky we got this on a buy the dip day. That 20 line should take us up to hopefully at least the 10 to 15 area for a bounce. We get some of those fair value gaps.
NQATR all shift. NQ Premium Turbo. NQ Extreme. NQ Extreme. NQ Extreme. ES Bear Stacker. NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Bull Stacker. NQ Extreme. NQ Bear Stacker. NQATR Bear Shift. NQ Extreme.
Okay, European close here, guys. See if there's a little bit of profit taken. So far, this 20 is a brick wall underneath us. All we can do is wait and see what kind of pullback we get on a buy the dip day here. We are in another Wyckoff death box.
ES Bear Stacker. ES Bear Stacker. NQATR Bull Shift. NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Bear Stacker.
Yes, I just got front door.
Back D Momo Cross.
NQ Premium Turbo.
Bank of England Stinger says monetary policy action alone is not well suited to address systemic price shock in key sectors such as energy and food.
NQATR Bear Shift.
Okay, well they were pulling the bids. We had some bid aggression or some ask aggression there. You can see it pretty good on that ES. Should have been paying a little closer attention to that. Here we are at the T-map, okay? We're at
Dingra
T-map.
says if the world economy fragments in an orderly way, monetary policy will likely not need to respond. We'll get out the text for Dingra on feed as well. Dingra is saying political consensus around globalization has started to fracture. So US-Russia meeting due to take place in Istanbul February 27th will focus on operations of bilateral diplomatic missions, according to State Department spokesman. Also, State Department spokesperson says Ukraine is not on the agenda in discussions. Dingra says in a world where external supply shocks become more prevalent, an independent monetary authority with a clear inflation target is essential. Going back to the State Department spokesperson saying there are no political or security issues on the agenda. Dingra says policy action will need careful evaluation. Protect your trade from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service. We have also posted out the article from Bank of England's Dingra on the Financial Juice news feed for a free read-through titled Between a Shock and a Hard Place, Trade Fragmentation and Monetary Policy. Dingra says that many of the forces that previously fueled rapid trade expansion seem to have diminished. Dingra says 50% of UK GDP variations are driven by global shocks. Dingra says higher US tariffs are likely to cause a strengthening of the dollar in the short term and would have some price increasing effect in the UK. Dingra adding that on the overall impact of inflation in the UK from US tariffs, the direct effect of the US import costs and dollar strengthening are likely to be offset by reduced global price pressures.
So that was probably the low, guys, for this time frame. Okay. Nice bounce right off of Fox 2. Pull back down into this little area. There's a little bit of a brick wall at the 20. Had a little peeky boo below. Now we're coming back up. I'm going to do a very small little price retracement.
Japan senior finance ministry official says Japan told G20 must be vigilant to excessive FX volatility driven by speculative moves.
We're leg in, leg out. Next line above us is that 15 line. That's the next structural repair line. Matches with kind of the 65% Fibonacci up here.
recess shift in trading with Europe, though significant, has had relatively limited impact on overall price stability. Also, Japan senior finance administrator official says Japan told G20 that it's important for each economy to pursue predictable policy to avoid policy uncertainty from disrupting private sector activity. And free, open trade is important for global economic growth. Just keep an eye on German bonds and European bonds in general. European bonds fall flattened with bonds underperforming other European government bonds, aided by positive risk sentiment and lingering concern around a fiscal expansion in Germany. German lawmakers could move to ramp up defense spending even before a new parliament is sworn in next month, according to the nation's caretaker finance minister, Kukis. So the spread between US and German 10-year yields closest at 184 basis points on Tuesday, the narrowest since October. It's set for the biggest monthly decline since May. And gilts, like the head of the speech earlier on before Dingro.
Okay, let's go up to R1 now, you guys. See if we can do it. If we can break this high, we can go up to R1. We're probably going to be going a lot higher on the day, you guys. We're going to get a major high coming on in a little bit later today. We're just building up steam, in my opinion. I think we're going to end up having some, I think we're going to have a major up thrust. Hold them if you got them. May get a pullback on the 20 here, maybe back down to the 10 or something. But I think we're going to hit R1.
I gotta hop over to a meeting. I'll be back here in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
NQATR. ES Bear Stacker.
We are in the area of where we can have pullbacks, okay, until about 9:10. And then after that, and we start having more options to go even higher. So there's still two-way trading following the color bars, knowing that we're in this period of time frame. We said originally an 815 low, and then we said around 850 to 910 we could have one more minor pullback, and then the games begin, in my opinion, to go up.
NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Extreme.
Nice little double top up there. Right to a little fair value gap. There's your first color bar change. The downside. See if we can make one more low here. Got a little bit of liquidity at 606 on the ES. Fighting with this T-map here on the ES.
Did Trump participate in the cabinet meeting then? Trump says Zelensky is coming to US on Friday. So we do also have the video, which we'll post out on feed as well. Trump says that we will sign agreement on rare earths and other things. We have also posted out a video on the financial news feed for you to watch. Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial News Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month.
Okay, popping up this little fair value gap right here. Got another one right here.
Trump says Europe will hopefully step up aid for Ukraine.
Man, they just keep buying the dips. Should have pointed out that there's a little W right here, right? W broke out above the W. You can see this buy dot right here by the W. So that should have been a buy area right in here. Buy the breakout. Got a new 4 and 6 developing. Looks like we're going to have a little more chop for a little while. We continue to build up the steam
Trump says
for
that
the
we're
next
going to
climb.
make a deal with Ukraine and Russia.
Careful of another pullback down to one of these areas. Two-way trading right now. Our 15 line there, the purple line, should take us to the opposite 4, the opposite 6. If you short it, it's got to be a small lot size just because it's such a bullish day. But you can scalp. You have to leg out at the opposite 4, the opposite 6, and see if you can hold a runner. Okay, there's the 4. Leg out 1 there.
Hey fellas, I gotta step away for a
Japan's
second.
top FX diplomat Nomura says,
Okay.
I don't see any disparity between recent yen moves and recent positive GDP and domestic inflation data.
Okay, there's the opposite 6. Stop's got to come to break even. Hold a runner just to see if it wants
Trump
to go.
says inflation is stopping slowly.
See if it wants to go down to the 10.
Trump says we must get prices of eggs and other things down. Japan's top FX diplomat Nomura says, I understand Bank Japan has been sending messages on monetary policy outlook,
Okay, I'm
taking
flat.
into account strong economic data and headline inflation figures. Nomura adding that import prices are also rising in due part to FX factors. Trump says we're looking to get Doge cuts to $1 trillion. So again, we're looking to get Doge cuts to $1 trillion.
NQ extreme.
Trump says inflation is down in part because of high interest rates.
NQ bull stacker. NQ bull stacker. NQ bull stacker. NQ extreme. NQ extreme. ES bull stacker. ES bull stacker. NQ extreme.
10 minutes away from the top of the hour, we're expected to get Fed's Bostic speaking. No text, but there is a Q&A. Bostic speaking on the economic outlook and housing at the Urban Land Institute's annual Housing Opportunity Conference in Atlanta.
Okay, just let this kind of consolidation, pullback, zone just kind of occur. Then next high going to be between 0.915, 0.940. Get a pullback to the 10. Make sure you buy it. Back to buying pullbacks.
Musk says Doge is helping fix government computer systems.
ES Bull Stacker.
Musk adding that overall Doge goal is to address the deficit.
NQ Extreme. NQ
Musk says if we don't cut spending, America will go bankrupt.
NQ ES Bull Stacker. NQ Extreme.
Musk says that Doge is a support function for agencies and the president.
Alright, we make one more new fractal high, we could have another 20 power stack. Jeez, I cannot type today.
Musk says need to move quickly to achieve $1 trillion deficit reduction.
Buy the next pullback if you're not in. Hopefully we don't triple top here. We still have about 10 more minutes where we can have another pullback, so just be aware of that. But we are having a 20 power stack, so that means usually you buy the next pullback between the 6 and the 10. You got a fair value gap down here, so maybe the 15.
Japan's top FX diplomat Mimura says he signals that he shares the market view on Bank of Japan policy. So again, Japan's Mimura signals he shares the market view on BOJ policy. Musk said we need to save $4 billion per day, every day.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
ES Bear Stacker. ES Bull Stacker. NQ Bear Stacker.
Alright, this will be the last pullback, I think, guys, for a little while.
NQ Bear Stacker. NQ Premium Turbo.
Once you see the color bars go back to blue, buy it again. Just giving us two-way trading in a small range, building up some momentum to be able to go up to that next high, which will be at least R1.
ITS 20.
Some nice pulling of the bids. We'll ask regression. Let's find this next low here. And then look to buy one more time. See if we can come down and touch Eagle. I'm going to draw a little Fibonacci. From the
Surely expecting comments from first boss again. No text is expected, but there is a Q&A.
From the most recent low, most recent highs. Alright, there's our target zone between Eagle and our possible high B29 down here, which is with the 65%. I don't know if it could go all the way down there. It might, just because it's given us a little more negative range today on this buy the dip. So let's see where it pulls back to. Somewhere in this range.
Trump says those that haven't responded to Musk's Doge email are on the bubble.
I want to see the next pullback be a higher low. It's a good area to bounce. Next line in order, the Eagle line, matching with a 50% Fibonacci and a 31 ATR line here. Need to leave room for it to be able to go down to the 65% line. We get about 10 more minutes max of weakness.
Trump adds that EPA Chief Zeldin thinks he will cut about 65%.
This was a nice little W down here as well, with a breakout. It's interesting, right? When you're looking at these W's, Look at what happens at them in these areas. Okay, you got a W right here, sell dot, new low, right-sided pivot rule with fractals down here, breakout right above the W with
Trump
a buy
says we're going
dot
to get
on the
along very well
pullback
with
fractal.
China. China is a competitor.
All right, that pullback was right to the Globex highs over here. 332. Good buy volume coming in. Buying the next pullback. If you didn't already get in on one of these blue fractals, buy a pullback between the 6 and the 10 here. If we get a fractal and it starts to bounce off of it, as long as the colors stay blue, buy it.
Trump says have to be careful who will be cut at the State Department.
Okay, these dots are showing you that people are offloading from these lows. Still a buyer of pullbacks now.
Trump says he wants a balanced budget in a reasonably short time frame. Balanced budget maybe by next year or the year after. Trump says border activists are behaving illegally.
Leg in, leg out. Try to hold at least one in case it starts spiking. You don't want to be missing this run. Hopefully you get a chance to buy a pullback if you didn't get in yet. this pullback here, just in hindsight, just for recognition purposes, low tick of the day. Let's go up to R1, guys. Buying the dips all the way to R1. Hold at least one in case they didn't give you a decent pullback. One quarter lot at minimum.
Bash, is this the fourth time up here? Or just the third?
This is the
Pre-exhaustion stars, but
no, this is the fourth time in this zone. But buy this pullback is what I'm telling everybody. We are going to go up to R1. That's the first target. If we don't, I'll be extremely surprised. Then we just start ranging,
US
I
Commerce
guess.
Secretary Lutnick says the US will modify the EBS visa model.
I'm buying these pullbacks. I guess there's a chance we could come all the way down and retest the 65% Fibonacci, but I highly doubt it. We are hitting the end of any pullback window for right now. And between 9:15 and 9:40, we should get a good jump. So this should make a higher low pullback right here. I'm buying this pullback to the 10.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial News Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
Okay, I'm going to erase this Fibonacci because we know up there at the ace line is the minus 23.6 target. And the reason I want to do it is I'm going to declutter and give us one more Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high, just to get a ballpark of where we could pull back to. Now, advancers and decliners, I'm going to have to say, are rolling over. We've had like a 50% reduction from the highs on the advanced decline chart. It's not the best. It's kind of why we're struggling up here. Really hope this is not an inverted head and shoulders. Must consider that that is a possibility. It would be unusual for the day, okay? Very unusual, but we have to pay attention to technical analysis and price action. I'm still legging in, legging out off of longs, off of dips. me, the chart still shows we're going to go up. And the Navdar cycle, okay, our predictive algorithmic cycle methodology says we have another high coming.
Trump says I won't make security guarantees beyond very much. Says I'm partnering with Ukraine on rare earths.
This is where it's going to start getting snappy to the upside.
So again, Trump says will not be making security guarantees. Europe will.
Okay, we're getting ready. We're coming into triple green threat here. Okay, we have a bullish base cloud. Our fuchsia pink guns cloud is now turning green. That's triple threat. That means buy only. You are not selling.
Fed's Bostic says inflation is high, but we've seen a lot of progress. Currently speaking in the Q&A of this event. Trump says Zelensky is coming to sign the deal.
Hold them if you got them.
Fed's Bostic says my outlook is for inflation to continue on the path to 2%.
Once we break out of this highs, guys, it's going to go.
Trump says I will not comment on whether China should not take Taiwan by force. And Bostic says need more data to see if January inflation is a bump or a trend. Trump says I have a great relationship with China's President Xi. In a letter, US officials are examining whether a UK encryption backdoor demand on Apple violated US-UK cloud treaty. And Trump says we want China to invest in the US. Trump says the US will invest in China.
Manage your trade. If you have to get out and get back in, that's what you do, just in case. I think it's just a test of the high, and once we break out, we're gonna go. Seen this 100 times. Now, price action is everything. So if this just gets to be a brick wall and we can't go anywhere, then that's just the way it is. They're messing with
Trump
you.
says I'm not stopping the tariffs.
They're just messing with you. Got to get out, but be ready to buy again. They came down to the 65% line. That's why you have stops in. Still buy dips. This is part of the game.
Trump says tariffs will go on, not all, but a lot of them. So again, at Trump, tariffs will go on, not all, but a lot of them.
This is, that was a new low tick right there on that pullback. A higher low, the new low tick of the day. But they're just sweeping stops, guys. Got to have stops, and you got to be willing to get back in.
And Bostic says labour markets are looser, but not loose.
Protect your trades from macro headline risk with Financial Juice Pro. Now only $99 a year for our real-time service.
So seeing a whipsaw in the Dixie here, currently flat on the session now. S&P holding gains up around 0.7%.
If we were to break that Fibonacci to the downside, then I would be a little more concerned. Let's watch what happens here. Okay, getting ready to come into the slog, and maybe we pull back one more time to like a lower spot, maybe Mustang or B29 if it's going to get weaker, and then have one more high after that. 915 to 940 is one high, a little bit of pullback between then, and then 1030 to 1050 we have another high. So play the game, follow the color bars. Can't be long until we get blue again. I'm going to erase this so we can see better on the chart. We know that eagle is the 65% line. I think we're doing nothing but a range game until we can break out of the top.
Fedspot says I estimate the estimate for job break-even rate is as low as 75 to 100k.
Now I am going to draw a Fibonacci. What I don't like is that that was a lower high. I don't like that part. So I'm going to draw a Fibonacci. From the low to the high, in case they do want to pull back to a 50% retracement before they go up again. I don't like it that we're going into slog and we have not made a high to the R1 yet.
Iraq says a deal was reached with Kurdistan to resume oil exports according to INA.
Okay. We have to leave room that we could come back for a larger pullback, just due to the timing and the price action. If we break this right here as a big M, then we very clearly come down more. Timed is the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We have the 7-year yield, high yield, and bid to cover auction. 12. We have Trump signing executive orders again.
Trump says Social Security will not be touched.
At 1 o'clock we have Salesforce earnings, and at 1:20, right after the close, we have Nvidia. All right. So I think it's probably just a little bit more of an anticipation of those earnings, which is kind of holding us from going up there as early as we normally do. So again, play the color bar changes. They do not prove you wrong. Keep stops manageable.
Fed's Bostic says the Fed needs to stay where it is and see how the world evolves.
Coming into the slog, let's see what happens. See if we get a deeper pullback before we go up again. I don't like what I'm seeing on the advancers and the decliners. But what I will tell you is no matter where we pull back to, I think they're going to spike it from there. So again, I don't know if we come down to a larger 50% Fibonacci or not. We'll give it some time. Once we hit 940, okay, then I'm going to be very cautious. Be leaning probably towards pullbacks. A little more downward price action until we get to...
Trump says Canada and Mexico tariffs go into effect April 2nd.
Till the 10:30 time frame.
And Fed's Bostic says Fed policy is restrictive, need to stay restrictive.
And start looking to go long again, closer to 10:30. Way more choppy today than I was hoping. Alright, officially in the slog. 9:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Trump repeats, we don't need Canada's lumber.
Point of control is going to shift in a little while up here. To keep staying up here and getting volume built up here.
Mexican peso surges to session highs on the Trump tariff comments. CMP reports that EU Trade Chief Sefcovic said plans to visit China in March.
Okay, another lower high here. Playing the color bars to the downside. Just going with the flow. A little more ask aggressions coming in. Pulling the bids.
Trump says we'll be announcing tariff details on the EU. Decision on tariffs on the EU 25%. Again, Trump decision on tariffs on the EU 25%.
Oh, that's going to sell it off. That's probably what made that move. We're a little delayed on that news.
Do you want to stay up to date with the latest and be on the bleeding edge of news for non-farm payrolls? Then sign up today and get our special offer of Financial News Pro for a year's worth of our service for the price of 1 month and save 92%.
Okay, tariff news is going to make it a little choppy. Be careful, guys.
Trump says the EU can try to retaliate on tariffs.
Let's see if we're in a range or if we're going to break down to the downside. You're going to flush. Now's the time to do
So
it.
more colour. Trump says the EU tariffs to be 25% on autos and other things.
Trump's pissed that they went behind his back and tried to make a mineral rights deal with Zelensky before he did. Guarantee it.
So again, euro slides against the dollar as Trump cites 25% tariffs on the EU.
Yeah, let's go. If you're going to do it, do it.
ITS 20.
Come on down. Certainly rolled over on that top, didn't we? Watch this Mustang here. At least for a reaction.
Trump says discussing settlement of
May
the
go down to
laws
the
against
50%. But watch for a reaction between Mustang and this 50%, okay? Got to be very careful right here. This zone, you got to be very careful in.
Trump says, I think we'll have a deal with Putin. Trump says Putin had no intention of settling the Ukraine war.
All right, I'm back.
So the majority of the US Senate votes to confirm Greer as Trump's US Trade Representative. Voting continues. Trump says Putin will have to make concessions. That's Trump saying Putin will have to make concessions on Ukraine. Trump says, I believe the Ukraine war will come to an end.
All right, Tony, we're having a pullback here in the slog.
And then we're going to go to
We had a lower high in that 915 to 940 window. We rolled over. We're having a pullback. Now the next bounce high is not going to come until about 10:30 time.
Trump says NATO you can forget about.
All right, that major high. Gotcha.
NQ Premium Turbo. NQ Extreme. NQ Extreme.
Trump says there won't be too many restrictions on the gold card. This is Trump referring to the $5 million gold card Visa, saying there won't be too many restrictions on this.
NQ Premium Turbo.
What did I miss?
I just got back about 3 minutes ago myself.
Yeah.
NQ80. NQ Premium Turbo. NQ Extreme.